massive blaze. It's like a scene out of a disaster movie, but it is all too real. And Kevin Frazier is on location at the fire burning out of control. Kev?
Nancy, we are inside a gated neighborhood in Bel Air. This is some of the priciest property in LA, and it is also where many of the stars that you know and love live. Now, let me just show you how chaotic it's been. If you look up behind me, there's one structure that's already burned, and another one over there is very smoky. This has been a very dangerous and stressful day here in Hollywood.
LA's on fire.
Actor Rob Lowe posted this dramatic video of his commute home and told his fans, "We are safe, others aren't, pray for them." This morning, actress Lea Michele was evacuated from her Brentwood home. She posted this video from her car before hitting the red carpet at an event for The Hollywood Reporter.
Thank God for this event this morning, because I got up at 5:30 and everyone came to the house and they were like, we need to leave. And so threw my cat in the bag and left.
You have to take a moment to pray for people, to send out good vibes.
It's tragic. Annie, my daughter, lives in Studio City, and it's getting closer and closer.
Real housewife Kyle Richards wore a mask and Instagrammed herself getting ash off her car's windshield. Her husband, Hollywood real estate agent Mauricio Umansky, says their home, featured on the reality show, is in a mandatory evacuation zone.
We still have a lot of our belongings in our house that we're selling. We do have some people living in the house, and we asked them to grab some of our photos and some of our personal stuff.
The fires are also impacting production of movies and TV shows. Filming was suspended yesterday on HBO's Westworld, which shoots in Santa Clarita. We're told the show is scheduled to resume shooting today, but, quote, the production will have a fire safety officer on set to monitor conditions throughout the day. Jeffrey Wright, who stars on the show, posted video after being evacuated yesterday. And also in northern Los Angeles, production on CBS's SWAT was suspended. One of its stars, Shamar Moore, Instagram from his backyard.
You hear that helicopter coming. You know why? Because LA is a mess. Wherever you are, stay safe, count your blessings.
Lionel Richie, who lives in Bel Air, canceled his Vegas show tonight. He says he's, quote, helping family evacuate to a safer place. And Lionel is a very smart man, because we are not that far away from his ex-wife's home. And as you can see, this is one of the structures that the firefighters could not save. Nancy, it's going to be a long night and a tough day tomorrow.
Sure is.
Actually inside of their cars, trying to race to safety, but it all just happened too fast. This is now the most destructive fire ever in California history, as this community has been reduced to rubble.
This morning, the death toll rising at the campfire.
We now can confirm a total of 9 fatalities.
The blaze ripping through 90,000 acres of land, destroying more than 6,000 homes in just a few hours.
We're in a neighborhood surrounded by flames. You can see flames shooting out of the roof of this home, and then check out this tree right here. You have flames shooting hundreds of feet up into the air. This entire community is burned to the ground. Everything here is gone.
We're just hoping right now that our home's going to be okay. You know how sometimes there's a home that's okay. We're hoping that that home is ours.
We're about 95% sure our house is gone.
This weekend, large parts of the community look like a bomb exploded, leaving only rubble and heartbreak behind.
It's devastated.
7,000 residents still under an evacuation order after many raced to safety, braving roads surrounded by hellish flames.
It was pure chaos when the fire swept through this area. You can see this car crash. Some drivers simply jumped out and ran for it. We have seen miles upon miles of charred cars.
Nearly 25,000 without power in Butte County up north, and close to 20,000 more powerless in Southern California. Parts of paradise now look more like a wasteland. Cars incinerated, homes destroyed, and animals helplessly roaming the streets, including this dog burned and confused, a highway patrolman stopping to help.
Unbelievably, that highway patrolman lost his home in this fire, but he's still out there making a difference. As for the cause of this fire, the local utility company said they had a problem with a power line right before the fire broke out, but the official cause is still under investigation.
Trapped in cars, there might be some injuries.
A line of fires in Southern California turning homes to cinders, racing across the landscape faster than firefighters can contain them. Residents like Rebecca Hackett, desperate to outrun the flames, filming on Instagram as embers pelted her car.
I was
really scared earlier. I was in shock. I definitely thought I was gonna die. I thought I'm not gonna make it out, but I just kept driving because I didn't know what else to do.
Earlier, officials ordering residents to evacuate in advance of the fires. So much chaos that Pepperdine University apparently given mixed messages, leaving 3,500 students in the fire zone.
I went back to our room to get some blankets.
All of them are okay this morning, but the aftermath here is apocalyptic. The Woolsey and Hill fires have grown to 40,000 acres in Ventura and Los Angeles counties, forcing evacuations of star-studded neighborhoods like Malibu and Calabasas, with many celebrities posting to their social media accounts with their status, like Caitlyn Jenner on Instagram Friday, posting to her 9 million followers after news that her Malibu home likely burned down in the fire.
Don't know if the house made it or not.
And President Trump criticizing containment of the fires, tweeting, "There is no reason for these massive, deadly, and costly forest fires in California, except that forest management is so poor."
And again, Rob, you get a sense of what firefighters are going through, the heat coming off of just this garage burning right now, and what's left of this house is absolutely intense. Now, where you are, you're probably seeing a lot of police cruisers, a lot of firefighters, but they can't be everywhere at once. And one of the problems that we are encountering, and firefighters as well, is that they haven't been able to count the numbers of homes destroyed and damaged. There are just so many of them
to help with the disaster. Here's what we know right now. At least 9 people are confirmed dead in Northern California, where fast-moving flames wiped out an entire town. More than 6,000 homes have been destroyed there. The fire, now called the most destructive wildfire in the history of California. In Southern California, 2 major fires forcing the mandatory evacuations of more than 200,000 people, including the entire city of Malibu.
We have team coverage on the ground.
As you very well know, Malibu, a beautiful spot, one of the most beautiful in the country, but now it is up in flames. We are at the Pepperdine University campus overlooking the Pacific Ocean. You can see behind me flames just to the west and north of this campus, which has not been evacuated. Over 3,000 students and faculty remain on this campus, so there is a furious effort to knock out the flames. They're actually using a fire hydrant on the center of this lawn to fuel up these choppers, and they're coming in one after the other to make nitro, something they don't usually do, but it tells you just how
it has been shut down at Getty Center. Drivers are being taken off there, and it's shut down all the way to the 10 freeway. So avoid that area. For people that are here, look at all of the firefighters. They're just struggling to fight this battle because of the wind-driven fire.
I imagine people just woke up this morning to see these flames. These were not residents that really were concerned overnight that there was going to be a wildfire there or a brush fire. They must have. It must have been so alarming for them. It's not like they were ready for this.
No, they were not ready for this. This fire broke out shortly after 5:30 this morning, and there was just absolutely no warning, except that we know that we're dealing with critical weather conditions, and we are now dealing with that red flag warning that has been extended until Friday. But look at that. Look at that wall of flames here, just engulfing this home.
Yeah, that's
and it's on both sides.
This is like in the Bel Air Estates area. 1961, when they had that massive Bel Air fire, it destroyed 484 homes, 16,000 acres.
Mandatory evacuation orders today for the city of Malibu. A total of 75,000 homes are affected in Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Flames are making a destructive march, reducing numerous suburban homes to ashes already, closing freeways and schools, and at one point the fire jumped the freeway. Reporter Greg Mills was at the scene of the devastation where the firefighters fought desperately to save a home.
We're on Canaan Road at Dawn Meadow Street here in Westlake Village, and we watched this home unfortunately burn down. It took about 2 hours. Firefighters tried desperately to save it, but they were fighting the wind. Look at all the trees, and you see them blowing in different directions. It's been that kind of a morning, very erratic winds. You see all the devastation here along the hillside burn down. We have actually watched 3 homes burn down along Canaan. This one, another one about a half mile down the road, and another one about a mile down the road as the embers are taken by these strong winds. And we were told they were at 50 and 60 miles per hour. The embers taken and hit other homes, and they start on fire. But we haven't seen any fires start in the last hour or so, so that is good news. In Westlake Village, Greg Miller.
That the fire broke out near the iconic Getty Center. Commuters have been impacted tenfold. Several schools have been closed for the day, and our Sarah Seidner is there in Bel Air Estates with the latest. What are you seeing there? What's happening, Sarah?
Brianna, we had an incredible drive here from Ventura where we saw just an incredible amount of fire coming down the hills, and then as we made our way along the 101 and 405, which by the way, those big arteries have been reopened, we got into Bel Air. Here's what we're seeing right now. There are houses that are on a ridge that are on fire. There are houses here the firefighters have been battling all morning long. I want to give you an idea of where we are compared to where the Getty is. If you look through